the United States Supreme Court building here in our nation's capital. We're coming to you today from Washington, D.C. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kevin Love has dramatically improved his perimeter shooting over his career, but he said, "I've tried not to fall in love with it too much. Where I'm going to make my money is also rebounding. That's a stat I always look at because it can help a team win even when the shot's not falling." Kevin?
Great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, D.A. Thanks. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Wizards. I know they would have liked a better start, but they're 10th in the conference right now. And, of course, there's the Cavaliers, just a few spots below there.
And when I look at Washington, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Clarkson is the 2 with Osman the 3. Larry Nance out there with John Henson. And it's Garland in a point. And for Washington, Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Hachimura out there with Thomas Bryant. And it's Mahimi in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Clarkson. Here's Garland, and he gets it to go from the high post. Garland's got the first points of the night for the Cavs. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Mahimi against Henson. Mahimi kicks to Beal. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Clarkson. Beal can't get it to go. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Two struggling teams with frustrated players. Brent, when you were playing, did you have any kind of trick for kind of getting out of that malaise, that trough?
Sometimes for individuals, you have things that you've gone to in the past, whether it was through your high school career or your collegiate career. The interesting thing about a team dynamic, Kevin, is how do you do it collectively? And so the best way is to try to find something that you can do to step away from the game, get your mind onto something else, try to normalize an experience throughout the year.
Like what? I mean, give me an example.
Well, maybe something where your team goes out to go see a movie together, or on the road, you go somewhere to a museum, or I know it sounds silly, but any time that you have that kind of away experience and you come back in, the perspective on the next game changes maybe just enough for you guys to recover.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
Garland with it. Pass to Nance. Down low. Here's Henson. Over Mahimi. The shot's good from Henson.
Well, this is where Henson gets plenty of his points trolling the offensive glass.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Boston Celtics.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Yeah, the best way to make it hard on teams is continue your motion, and their motion on the perimeter just wasn't good enough. That ended up costing them.
Oh, nice feed from Wall, paving the way for that bucket. That's always his first thought. Find the best shot possible on every trip, whether he has to take it himself or create for a teammate.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Here's Garland. No good. Great D that time from Beal. Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Stolen by Henson. Now, here's Garland. He's covered by Beal. Great D that time from Beal. Garland's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. There's the pass to Bryant. Shoots it. Mahimi trying to get open. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Here's Osman. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. There's the feed to Nance. Rebound by Mahimi.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Wall dishes to Bryant. That's tipped. And here comes the break. Here's Clarkson. That shot off. And Washington the other way now. Beal drives in.
And you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it, but Brad Beal is one of the top shooting guards in our league. The scoring, the playmaking he provides is really right there amongst the elite.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Beal. And both free throws good for Beal. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And here's a look at the stats for Clarkson, how he performed last season. He averaged about 17 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
It's Beal on the wing. He's covered by Clarkson. Bryant can't get it to go. Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Bryant.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Garland the pass to Henson. Here's Osman. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Wizards have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. To the paint, got a piece of it. Stolen by Henson. Clarkson looking for an opening. They need this one, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Early part of the season, Brett, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14
I know,
years.
But I loved coming into training camp, being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the offseason and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improve the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
And both free throws good for Clarkson. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Now here's Beal. Really struggled in the loss against Indiana. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wall. The Cavaliers pull it in. Clarkson with the ball. Now Beal defending. The score now all even.
Got into the paint and then smelled that he was around the rim and got it done.
Now here's Wall. 17 points in his last outing. Pass to Hachimura. Outside, Wall. Mahimi trying to get open, and the layup's good off the glass.
And how about Wall? Just phenomenal at taking it to the defense with that lightning quick first step.
They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, they got behind, but really hung in there and didn't let the score get out of hand.
Here's Osman. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now Henson. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Garland, no good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Outside, Beal. Shoots over Clarkson. That one doesn't go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Passes it to Osman. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Wall. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And he can just fly. Well, we know that about Wall now, that he's got plenty of ways to finish at the rim once he gets up, and beyond.
Cavaliers trailing. And here is Garland. Clarkson with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Henson, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Love's checked in for Nance. Porter comes in for Jetty Osman. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Colin Sexton in for Garland. And the free throw is good, now leading by one.
You think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
Now here is Smith. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Dellavedova finds Love. Outside Porter. Here's Dellavedova. And another miss by Cleveland. And then in 2013 with Miami, LeBron Brent finished one ballot shot, burning all the MVP votes.
We wouldn't see a unanimous MVP winner until Steph Curry did it in 2016. But just as impressive, if not more so, LeBron James with a total of 4 MVP trophies over a 5-year span.
That one a little long. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And it's Smith again missing. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cavaliers. They trail by 1.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Smith against Porter. Bounce pass Smith. Here's Wagner. Cavaliers with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Thompson, he's checked in for Henson. Now here's Sexton, guarded closely. No one near him. They get it back. Thompson, the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
Activity and effort and just waiting for the moment. Kevin Love picks that one up. Instinctual score there.
Now here is Smith. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Now here is Dellavedova. Covered by Smith. Over Smith. And Love with the basket on the assist from Dellavedova. And now it's a 3-point Cavalier lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside Thomas. Back to Smith. That shot misses. Good D by Thompson. For the Washington Wizards, they come in off the loss to the Pacers in Indiana. Here's Dellavedova. Got a piece of it. Porter against Brown. Nice D from Porter.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
You know, so many great dribblers, ball handlers in this league right now. Who's the best at shooting off the bounce?
Well, 3 prime candidates to do that, Kevin, exist at the point guard position, and I put James Harden in the point guard category with how much he has the ball. Harden, Kyrie, Steph Curry, 3 great names that are able to find their way to get the ball into the shooting pocket. No matter where they move off the dribble, finding consistency. It's a really sought-after attribute in the players who are coming up now because of how impactful these guys have been.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
With the fadeaway. Smith kicks to Thomas. Over Sexton. Off the left rim and out. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Dellavedova. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Thomas passes to Brown. Nice D from Porter. Cleveland leading by 6. Feeds it to Thompson. Count the basket.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
Smith feeling it out a bit. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
From the Wizards, they're shooting only around 32% so far in this one. The offense looking a bit off kilter. Thomas, that's good.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Sexton with it. Thomas is on him. Chalk up 2 there. Thompson's got his second bucket.
Not easy to prevent Tristan Thompson from scoring in that position. Got to try to body him up.
Outside Thomas. He kicks to Smith. Here's Pertinis. Doesn't go for him. Good D from Love. The Cavaliers leading by 8. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game clock. Sexton with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. They grabbed their own miss. Second shot opportunity. And so the first quarter is in the books. Cleveland ahead, up by 8. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. The 5'9" Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of proving his doubters wrong.
Ever since I was a little boy, they always said, you're not going to be this good in high school. Then when I got to high school and played pretty well, they said, well, you're not going to do that good in college. And when I got to college, they said, well, the NBA, those guys are too big. They're too fast, too strong. the things you do in college won't work in the NBA. And I've just kept pushing ever since. I have a goal of mine, that's I want to be one of the best little guys to ever play the game.
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
You know, wanting to show he still belongs. That fiery competitiveness is why his teammates love it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
Now this Berton's out there with Wagner. Then there's Brown, and it's Smith, and it's Thomas in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's Dellavedova. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And after winning the Eastern Conference 4 straight seasons, that streak ended for the Cavs last year.
The loss of that kind of star usually launches a rebuild, and so Cleveland doing it again, either through trade or free agency, trying to rebuild what this team is going to be about in the future. And now bringing in a college coach in John Beilein, you wonder if this young group can adopt that sort of collegiate mentality and bring that kind of enthusiasm to the floor.
And the first one drops.
An 86% foul shooter for his college career. Dellavedova hasn't been quite that consistent at the pro level.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Sometimes when a shooter misses a wide open shot, Brent, you hear, oh, he had too much time. I mean, is that really a thing?
I mean, in life, do we really have too? You never have too much time.
Never have too much time.
You can never have too much time.
I think about Marc Gasol, like in the finals and the playoffs last year. He would sit there and no one would even be around him.
And he's tiptoeing like, do I shoot? Do I shoot? I think it messes with you just in terms of the psychological part about, like,
it's got
why,
you. It's
why
got you.
isn't anybody guarding me here? Well, if you're a bad shooter, there's a really good reason why they're not guarding you.
Thomas, good.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Pass to Dellavedova. Cleveland moving it around. Takes the 3. Cleveland the rebound. Here's Porter. And he banks in the layup. Porter's got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs.
And they continue to control the glass.
Inside, here's Thomas. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And that's now 6 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's Dellavedova. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Now the pass to Sexton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Love, top of the key. Over Smith. The offensive rebound. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Cavaliers have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Nancy's checked in for Love. Osman comes in for Porter. Clarkson, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Garland in for Colin Sexton.
Well, last year, interesting under-the-radar season as Tristan Thompson statistically had a very, very good year. A career best rate in rebounding, scoring, and assists. That's a big guy down on the inside, and Tristan Thompson provides you some great foundation on a nightly basis to bring physicality to the game.
And Nance slams it in.
Yeah, you could throw it just about anywhere for Larry Nance Jr., and then he'll know what to do with it.
Hachimura, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Here's Clarkson. And again, it's Cleveland. And as well as he played last season, the former Ironman, Tristan Thompson, struggled with injury.
Yeah, fewest games played of his career in any given season. And for a guy who went 4 straight seasons playing every game, deep into the playoffs, games that physically and mentally take a toll on you, last season was a tough one for Tristan that way.
Beal can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
The three. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why. Still, I expect him to make one of those.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Cavaliers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Now, here's Garland. Tight defense on him. And it's Osman missing. Wizards trail by 12. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Cleveland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Thompson outside. Three-pointer. And that one good from Clarkson. Clarkson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Right side, Beal. Nance against Bryant. It's Wall with the drive. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Osman. Kicks to Garland. And the rejection by Mahinmi. To the inside. Wall looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Right at the free throw line. And it's Osman missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now here's Wall. 8 points for him. Outside, Beal. Outside, Wall. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
So it's the Cavaliers now after the basket by Washington. Osman kicks to Thompson. Oh, Nance in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
We talk a lot about confidence, and Larry Nance Jr., I believe, has a quiet confidence about the way he goes about his business.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
Well, aside from that possession, they've done a pretty good job of keeping the turnovers way down this game.
John Henson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Now here's Wall. He's guarded closely. He feeds it to Bryant. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one on Nance. The Wizards shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
No good on the second free throw.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the three ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile. And I feel like he's putting it all together.
And he's good on the second.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Here's Clarkson. No good there. Some solid defense from Bryant. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. 7-point differential. Wall passes to Hachimura. Back to Wall. And here is Beal. Up pass to Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Here is Nance following the bucket by the Wizards. Back to Osman. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here, and Nance slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Up the floor. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Porter's checked in. And Washington has possession. They trail by 9 points. Here's Hachimura. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And when Hachimura is looking to score, it sometimes forces the D to get aggressive. Love the energy.
And the first one at the line is good. Bertanis, he's checked in for Washington. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Sexton's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Now here's Henson. He has 5. The shot by Sexton, no good. Wizards trail by 7. Wall attacking.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that?
Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Garland dishes to Sexton. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Beal. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Now Garland. Pass to Sexton. And it's off from three-point range.
And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
Lob pass to Bryant. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. It's a close game here in Washington. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough, but the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you got to turn those into points, and it might have cost them in that last ball game, missing all those chippies.
So it's Washington now, following the miss by John Henson.
A chance here to check out John Wall. Great showing for him last season. Last season, he averaged 20 points a game, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
That one drops. He ties it up. Washington making some changes. Mo Wagner's checked in for Bryant. Ish Smith comes in for Bradley Beal. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for John Wall. Then for the Cavaliers, Love's checked in for Nance. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Cleveland's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Timeout called, Cleveland.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Brown, he's checked in for Hachimura. And Henson kicks to Porter. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Dellavedova. Just 5 to shoot. To end the drought. And Wagner pulls it down. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Wizards. It's Brown with the drive. Makes it off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 3.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
1:16 left to play here in the half. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That'll be his second foul of the game.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Sexton the pass to Henson. And slam dunk by Henson.
Sexton realizing that one of his guys is wide open, and that court awareness, he was able to get it to him.
Pass to Wagner. Now Bertans. Wagner passes to Thomas. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Porter's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the pass to Sexton. Dellavedova with the ball. Brown on him. And slam dunk by Henson.
Yeah, there's good reason why Henson's a high percentage shooter. So many of his looks right there, right at the rim.
Thomas inside. Defended by Dellavedova. Smith, no luck.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And here is Dellavedova. Here's Love. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Cavaliers lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Tristan, how do you evaluate yourself and the team so far?
I'm doing pretty all right. I get a couple more rebounds, block some shots, but, second half we got to slow the tempo and play Cavs basketball. That's why we have the second half to improve on that.
We'll see if you can keep it going. Thanks, Tristan. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They lead by 1 point. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
When you think about giving up 3 or 4 extra turnovers, that can mean 8 or 9 points at the other end. That's why every coach preaches it. Take care of the basketball. Bottom line, they need to protect the ball and play under control.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Thomas Bryant really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Here's Wall. Tipping off the second half. Here's John Beilein's 5. Clarkson is the 2 with Osman the 3. John Henson out there with Larry Nance. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. And the slam dunk by Wall.
I'll tell you, when Wall is scoring like this, it's special to watch. A spectacular, explosive performance.
The Cavaliers trailing. Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
Beal can't get it to go. The Cavaliers shooting 40% from the field. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Here's Henson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, he doesn't have a ton of moves down there, but Henson has been working on his offensive game, and that length helps out. He draws the foul.
The Cavaliers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
In a coaching hire by the Cavaliers that caught most off guard, John Beilein had led the Michigan Wolverines for 12 seasons, their all-time leader in coaching wins.
Well, there was also talk the year prior about John Beilein joining the Detroit Pistons organization, so finally making the jump to the NBA, where it's a much different challenge. It's going to be very interesting to see how it is that Coach Beilein implements a lot of his offensive schemes that were so successful in college.
The shot by Mahinmi, no good. Clarkson with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. And the rejection by Mahinmi. And then slams it in. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Beal, the pass to Bryant. Back to Beal. And finished off by Beal. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
The Cavaliers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Garland kicks to Clarkson. It's stolen by Wall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Darius Garland picks one up.
The love and passion. Wall is a game changer, a competitor through and through.
He's off on the first.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
And he sinks the second. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
So it's the Wizards now. The Cavaliers making the shot. Inside, stolen by Henson. Oh, Nance in position. And no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
The Wizards have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. First one falls for him. And so John Wall nails both of them. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Now, here's Garland, covered by Wall. To the middle, here's Henson, over Mahinmi. Henson's shot is off. The Wizards have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Outside, Wall. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight. No good on the free throw. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for John Henson. And the second free throw, good. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Here's Garland. He kicks to Clarkson. Pass to Garland. Back to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. And it's sent back by Bryant.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And right there, you see the decision-making ability of Hachimura. Sets his man up perfectly.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And another miss by Cleveland.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had one in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. And Garland has it in the corner. Misses the 3. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Beal, the pass to Hachimura. And he gets the bucket. Hachimura's got the lead up to 7 now for Washington.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Beal with it. Garland picks him up. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Kicks to Nance. To stop the run, and it's good on the layup. Nance has got 10 points in the game.
Lots of guys around him that time, and Nance Jr. staying composed to score.
To the paint, here's Mahimi. Good D by Thompson.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
The Cavaliers have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Cleveland. Good on the second free throw. Wizards leading by 4. Now here's Wall. He's got 18. He dishes it to Mahimi. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Passes it to Osman. Launches a 3. He can't get it to go. Now Washington takes it the other way. Mahimi kicks to Wall. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The first free throw is good. Washington making some changes. Mo Wagner's checked in for Mahimi. Bertanis comes in for Bryant. And Thomas subbed in for Hachimura. And Cleveland also making a change. Kevin Love's checked in for Nance. And so Wall nails both of them. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Down low by Love.
Love has some height and enough ability to get up and throw it down.
Outside Wall. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Now here's Sexton. He's tightly guarded. Garland the pass to Sexton. Cleveland gets it back.
And the offensive rebounding really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Wizards leading by 4. Now Wall. He's got 22. Pass to Bertans. He kicks it to Thomas. And stolen by Sexton. Love at the elbow. Kept alive. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Love's got 4 points in the quarter.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
A nice shot by Wall.
Yeah, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Well, it's been some time since Isaiah Thomas was the all-star guard that he once was, bouncing around the league the last couple years and trying to find a spot where he can regain some of his form.
And Washington making a change here. Brown's checked in. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. The Cavaliers trail by 4. And with Thomas, a lot of it is just finding the right situation for him.
Now, when is it going to be that Isaiah Thomas is back? I think it's going to be something in just the way that he's carrying himself on the floor. Just the body language and the kind of confidence that we saw during some of his incredible scoring runs in Sacramento and in Boston.
Now Thomas, after Colin Sexton's three-pointer that didn't go. Back to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Washington. Dirtinus. Love grabs the board. Love's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. There's the pass to Sexton. Love up top. Here's Osman. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Dellavedova. For 3. He's off on that one. Nice D from Wall.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Thomas's shot is off. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Now here's Thomas. 6 points for him. Pass to Wagner. Lets the 3 fly. Sexton grabs the board. The Cavaliers trailing. Here's Osman. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Wall. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Wall's got 16 points here in the second half.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
And here is Dellavedova. Pass to Sexton. The pass to Love. Pass to Osman. Clock at 6. Back to Love. Over Bertans. Here's Thompson. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Wall passes to Bertans, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bertans got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. Fade away. Shot's good from Love. Love's got it all tied up now for Cleveland.
I like seeing Love work that in-between area. He's got a great understanding of when it is that he's going to have the room to fire.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Smith checked in for Washington. Cleveland also making some changes. John Henson comes in for Thompson. And it's Garland in for Matthew Dellavedova. Sexton with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. For Cleveland, they have made a little more than half their free throws today, 7 of 12.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. 1:06 left in the third quarter. Right side, Thomas passes to Bertens. Back to Thomas, over Sexton. Bertens controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Wizards lead by 3.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
There's 42 seconds left in the third. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside Thomas. Pass to Wagner. Outside Wall. Smith for 3. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 5 assists in the game.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
Here's Osman. 8 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it to Garland. Here's Love. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Love's got 10 points in the quarter.
A terrific all-around scorer, and tonight we're getting the full arsenal from Kevin Love.
John Wall getting it done for the Washington Wizards. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Hachimura, Isaiah Thomas out there with Ish Smith, and there's Bryant, and it's Wagner in at the center. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Here's Sexton. Shoots from 12. Here's Henson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, what I like here is Henson takes a good angle. That can make all the difference in forcing a foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
Whether as a starter or a defensive asset off the bench, Henson's willing to play whatever role the team needs him to.
Mahimi's checked in for Mo Wagner. So he comes up empty at the line. Wizards leading by 6. Lob pass to Bryant, and Bryant slams it in.
Terrific job by Smith to dish that one off to his open teammate right there.
Now here's Garland. The pass to Love. Fader on the way, and good. He nails it. Love's got 12 points here in the second half.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Smith kicks to Bryant. Shoots over Clarkson. Again, the Wizards score.
He didn't need to fade back. No one in his face, but he buried it anyway.
Sexton finds Clarkson. Back to Sexton. Pass to Clarkson. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Wizards. 6-point lead. The dish to Mahimi. Back to Smith. There's Thomas with the 3. The shot, no good. And Cleveland the other way now. The feed now to Garland. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, that's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Now here is Smith. Thomas with the ball. Guarded now by Kevin Love. And here's Bryant for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got his 7th rebound here tonight. The open look here for Sexton. From outside, off the mark.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Here's Hachimura. He's covered by Clarkson. Smith, the pass to Thomas. Back to Smith. There's the 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Now here's Garland. Here's Clarkson. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bryant's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Here's Clarkson. It's good from long range.
They're trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Wizards making a switch here. Beal's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here too. Nancy's checked in for Colin Sexton. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Now, here's Garland to take the lead, and he sinks the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
Nance is just such a cerebral player out there, does a good job of trying to be a threat with the assist.
Passes it to Mahimi. Pass to Beal to end the cold streak, and right through it goes. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's Clarkson from past the arc. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got 5 rebounds tonight. Great D that time from Love.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball.
Now here's Garland. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Smith outside. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got his 4th assist in this one.
How about these big shots for him in the 4th? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. The pass to Henson. Here's Clarkson. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more 3-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
And you can see what makes Hachimura a tough cover. He can beat you with finesse, and also he can bring the hard hat.
And that one falls for Hachimura. And Cleveland making a change here. Osman's checked in. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Not a perfect trip to the line, but at least he made this game a 2-possession affair.
Garland with it. Now Smith defending. And the jam by Larry Nance.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in flight.
Smith the pass to Hachimura. Inside. And Bryant slams it in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Garland after the basket by Washington. Pass to Clarkson. Looking to end his cold spell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Clarkson likes to play with a lot of speed. He attracts the attention of the defense, and that's where he's getting the whistle.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Clarkson, it's interesting for him. He's not really a point guard and not really a shooting guard, so trying to find ways to stay in the game and stay aggressive and do whatever is asked of him to earn minutes.
John Wall's checked in for Ish Smith. Second free throw, no good. Wizards leading by 3. Outside, Wall. Outside, Beal. Lets it fly. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Another steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. Now Garland, and they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, that's 2 really unproductive trips in a row ending in turnover. That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Now here's Wall. He kicks to Mahimi, takes the 13-footer. Larry Nance comes up with the rebound. Nance has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Wizards leading by 7. Beal drives in and finished off by Beal.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Garland, the pass to Henson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
And they just can't catch a break at the line here in the second half. They've missed every free throw this quarter.
He hits the second from the line. And the Wizards with possession. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Beal against Clarkson. Passes it to Hachimura. Feeds it to Mahimi. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Jacks up a 3. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Love's checked in for Nance. Washington with the ball. Ball taking his time here. To the middle. Here's Mahimi. And Henson sends it back.
Well, Henson's an explosive leaper and really active on that play.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Uncovered. And that one's good. Osman.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Outside, Wall. He feeds it to Bryant. Here's Mahimi. Great D that time from Love.
Well, he's just really struggling right now. And with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
Now here's Love. Beal pulls it in. Left side, Wall.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
That free throw, no good.
And as many times as we've seen him at the free throw line tonight, I think by now we know what's going to happen.
And he's good on the second. Here's Garland. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Well, he needed a game like this badly. He's been struggling for a while now, but tonight he broke out of that slump in style. Now, here's Garland, covered by Wall. And it's sent back by Bryant. Here's Hachimura. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. Pass to Love. Six on the shot clock. Now the pass to Garland. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Well, last season we got a glimpse of what a Bradley Beal team looks like as he led the way for the Wizards after Wall went down.
And really, Beal took it upon himself to kind of keep this team moving forward. And it was his best season to date. Career highs in scoring, and also was creating more for his teammates in Wall's absence.
Now the Wizards with it. They're on a 19-6 run. 1:33 left to play in the final quarter. Hachimura the pass to Bryant. The feed to Beal. Baseline try. Nance gets the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 12. To the paint. And that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson bringing it up to the 10.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Wizards. Pass to Mahimi. Bounce pass from Beal. 9 feet out. Bryant can't get it to go. The Cavaliers shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Here's Osman, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Osman's got it back down to within single digits for Cleveland. Pass to Beal. Shoots over Clarkson. That's good from Beal on the assist by Wall.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Here's Hachimura, and he gets it to go. And now it's a 12-point Wizards lead.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following the bucket by the Wizards. Fires from 14, rebounded by the Wizards. Outside, Wall. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other. We have great chemistry. We all work hard, and we know how much we mean to each other, how much we work every day, and we're just trying to keep getting better each game.
Well, the work is paying off, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.